Now we are already past the time we planned, so we'd like to end receiving the comments from the general public and from online participants, Win-san, to make the summary presentation. And after hearing from Win-san, we'd like to continue to hear that. Now, Win-san, floor is yours.
Hello, can you hear me? Yes, I think I can't share the screen. I sent the request. Yeah, okay. Wait a moment. Can you see the slide? Yes. So good afternoon. Yes, you see the slide, yes? Yes, okay. Thank you so much, Yuko-san. This is very great opportunity for me to be here and listen all of the points you raised. And first of all, I might miss some of the point you raised, important point you raised, but please feel free to add later on. So across the this discussion, so participants they share many ongoing challenges in their hometown and or the place where they live, and some of the points, some area are still under evacuation orders, and even in the place where people are allowed to return, basic facility and accessibility remain limited. So as a result, so many residents have maybe they do not return back yet. Those who have returned often feel also isolated uh, because with the few opportunity to talk with others in their daily life, so the memory of earthquake and disaster is still vivid for many people and can be easily triggered even after 15 years later. So at the same time, younger generations and people without direct experience of disaster are becoming increasingly distant from it. So the opportunity to learn about what happened are slowly decreasing, and there are concerns that the uniqueness of the each town and the culture and livelihood that existed before the accidents are fading. Constructions has focused mainly on the infrastructure, while aspects of the daily life and identity have become less visible. Participants also spoke about the divisions within and between community, such as between Koyama and Yamakia, and difficulties facing aging communities where the transportation is limited. In Okuma, example like in Okuma, where while land owners allowed to return in 2025, and many 80% are planning to sell or they sold their land, raising the questions about how the memory of the land and the town can be preserved. So some family have endured long period of separation after their contaminated houses were demolished. And some of the participants also expressed the surprise about the community reactions, such as one, no one wanted the decontaminated soil, and many noticed that, and the burdens and difficulty within the communities are not fully discussed, and national level policy often do not reflect the real impacts resident experience. Some felt that the government policy have shifted toward to attract the newcomers, while other important issues have been left behind. So amid these challenges, participants also expressed a strong wish for the government to listen more closely to the resident voices, while also acknowledging that they cannot simply wait for the policy changes. Some of you also emphasize the need to remember and preserve what Tao were like before the accident, the attractiveness of the hometowns, and go beyond reconstruction. It can also include decontamination, history, and culture. And you also stress the need of consider broader opportunity rather than narrow pinpoint measures, and to encourage a changes between the different towns. Uh, Most of you also felt it is important to prevent a similar accident in the future and ensure the next generation learn from what happened. Some highlighted the need to revitalize local agriculture, including organic product. So several participants, almost all of them, reflected personally on their experiences. Some said that they returned because they wanted to enjoy in their hometown again. Others share also uh, some regrets that such as not collecting the photographs of the town before the accident or just after the accident. So, and one person also described the relocating 5 times in search of the suitable housing, and many said that real, direct conversation like this dialogue are helpful. And most of you spoke of the many good things that's one existed in your hometowns or the hometowns, and the also it's a shame of not having some record of them. And participant also propose practical actions such as like including which include the engaging in everyday activities such as gardening and drinking coffee and learning directly from the people who experience the disaster and recording the history which being created, and growing plants each year. Most of you also emphasize focusing on what we can do, and what resident can do, and what kind of life we wanna live now. And it is also important to uh, listen and to share information and create one-to-one relationship within the community. We also talk about preserving the memory while supporting the people who live there today as seen as essential. Finally, most of you also expressed the need to communicate your real situation clearly to the national government, and also notice that any lifting or evacuation order should meet the condition of radiation level below 1 millisievert per hour. So I would like to conclude with one quote that I got from what you said. So to move forward, we must remember what our town once was, learn from those who lived through the disaster, and keep passing this memory to the next generation. And that's all what I have. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Win, for your summary. I know it must have been very hard work putting together all the informative discussions. Her summary will be translated into Japanese and circulated with you. And if you'd like to make any corrections or if you'd like to add any information, you are welcome to do so. I think we are approaching towards the ending time. So if you have any burning questions that you would like to address now, it is your opportunity.